Welcome back. The war between Israel and Hamas is entering its third month, and today President Joe Biden met with the families of the American hostages released by the terrorist organization. NBC's Richard Engel has more.
The Israeli government says it will not stop its war to overthrow Hamas in Gaza, despite growing condemnations about its cost to Palestinian civilians. After President Biden's rebuke of what he called Israel's indiscriminate bombing in Gaza and an overwhelming UN vote calling for a ceasefire, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu telling Israeli troops, in the face of international pressure, nothing will stop us. Yesterday, President Biden met with the families of 8 American hostages in Gaza, among the 240 kidnapped by Hamas on October 7th. Hirsch Goldberg Pollen was kidnapped from a music festival. His arm was blown off during his capture. His parents, John and Rachel, attended the meeting with President Biden remotely. I spoke to them this morning at their home in Jerusalem.
Did you hear anything encouraging?
They are working relentlessly. That's a word that was mentioned many times in the meeting. Now we just need the results, but the effort is there.
Accounts from hostages who've been freed by Hamas have made Hirsch's parents even more worried.
They talked about torture. They talked about starvation. They talked about being cold. And that, of course, got everybody much more into despair and frantic about time.
In Gaza, heavy rains combined with a shattered infrastructure have led to floods. This is how a pregnant woman had to be evacuated. First responders chest deep in water and explosions nearby. 10 cities in Gaza near the Egyptian border are overcrowded, and people say they can only focus on hunger, thirst, fear, and anger. We say that it would be better to die and not live such a life, she says. Hamas shows no signs of giving up. Neither does Israel, as Gaza becomes an increasingly impossible place to live for Palestinians and an abysmal one to be held hostage by Hamas.